middle. It's caught! Lobo touchdown!
Hello, Lobo fans. Welcome on set of your Lobo Coaches Show. I'm your host, Robert Portnoy, with Lobo head football coach Danny Gonzales as we look back at his inaugural game as the Lobo head man. Coach G, it's a little bit different than we anticipated our first show being together, but we're going to do this via Zoom, and I'm pumped. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. You know, we're out here in Las Vegas, Nevada, getting ready to play Hawaii, and we're going through what we have to do to be able to play, so we're doing good.
What is it like in Vegas, sort of making it home away from home? How have the guys acclimated? And I know you're excited to get on the practice field for some full contact.
Oh, you know, the last two practices have been really fun. And we practiced the way that we want to practice, so that's I mean, it's physical. It's been good. You know, for the longest time, Thomas and Maxner has been known as Pitt West. So why not make San José State University Arena West for the time being and see what happens?
Well, you guys are practicing in full pads, and you've been able to, as you like to say, run into each other. You said that that's something that you've always wanted to do all along, but because of the restrictions, you couldn't. You think that's going to make an effect when you guys take the field this coming weekend?
I think it'll help. I think the combination of having a game under our belt where we got to run into somebody else, we got to do it full speed, although not very good. We did make some progress in that. We got some stuff on tape that we can teach our kids, and now that we've been able to do it in practice for a week, you should see your most improvement between game one and game two anyway, so I hope we do.
All right, the opener was against San José State, home game turned road game. We're going to check that out on the other side of this break on your Lobo Coaches Show. Welcome back on your Lobo Coaches Show. I'm Robert Portnoy with head football coach at the University of New Mexico, Danny Gonzales. Coach Gonzales, let's get into the first half highlights of the 38-21 loss to San José State, a home game turned road game, and you guys played at Sefview Stadium.
You know, early on, I thought we did put some pretty good stuff on offense, especially our first drive. We moved the ball down there. Now, we missed a field goal. We have to be able to run the ball a little bit better than we did the other night, but we'll get there as we get going. Right there, you see Tavaka. I thought Tavaka, I was super proud of Tavaka, the way he led the offense. I mean, I've been giving him a hard time for the longest time about me having a perception that he was soft, and Tavaka's anything but soft. So he did a good job, and there he is. He was great in the pocket, eluding some defenders and finding open guys. I mean, on the touchdown to Cedric Patterson, which I'm sure we'll see here in a second, he did a great job of getting open and Tavaka finding a way to throw it to him.
Look at that, too, there. You could see that he was going through his progressions on that play, Coach G, looking out to the right and then coming back over the middle to Kyle Jarvis. I thought this was a key play here on this opening drive. You know what?
Bobby Wooten really needs to, I mean, he's going to be a good player for us. I mean, that was his first Division I football game, and he needs to hang on to this football. And I've been giving him a hard time all week. Every time he catches the ball, asking if he's going to lay it on the carpet again. So we'll get better with that. We've got to take care of the football, though. And look at Tavaka right here. He's not trying to slide. He's not trying to run away from contact. That's awesome.
Now, do you want that all the time, or do you want him at some point along the way, if he's already got the line to gain, to occasionally slide just to make sure that he stays healthy for, you know, the full schedule?
You know, I mean, my personality says no, but yes, we do need him to because he's the best one on our team. And I really appreciated him setting the tone the way he did Saturday, and I see him trying to make some smart decisions. That was good coverage right there by Brandon Shook on the wheel route. Really good. I thought Brandon did a nice job. He even got banged up a little bit instead. There was a big fourth down stop right there. And if you watch that, I mean, I think right here, Jarek Reed, the stuff I talked about, we need to take our shot right there. Don't jump over him. Let's go ahead and hit him and knock him back and make sure we secure the fourth down.
Penetration from Jake Saltonstall made that happen on the fourth down stop. And boy, you got the tight ends going early. There's a second catch of the day already for Kyle Jarvis.
I think we've got two really good tight ends, and I thought they did a really nice job. Really good job right there by Manny Logan Green. We need to block a little bit better on the perimeter, though. There's another one, a key moment, a second one, where it's the exact same play, and we've got a chance to get a touchdown out of it. We missed the guy right there, and they make the tackle for a loss of 5, and it ends up 3rd and 6. We got to make those and finish those.
Manny's not the biggest guy. He was super physical on that play. You know, you talked about them hitting you with some big pass plays. There were some incredible plays by their receivers and some beautiful throws as well from Starkle.
You know, Trey Walker right there, I mean, as I watched that, I thought that one came out a little bit. They reviewed it and thought it didn't. But Trey Walker made some great plays, and my big concern was giving up deep balls, and we did. I mean, there's a great punt by Tyson Dyer, Ray Guy, National Punter of the Week. I told him he was good on 5 of 6. The one that he kicked out of bounds at the 12 should have been at the 5, but those are just the expectations we have for him. Here's another deep ball, and see right here, there's another opportunity for Jarek Reed to just go ahead and dive into that and cause a pile and probably make that incomplete. And those are the kind of things that we're still trying to teach and learn. And if you watch Jarek Reed right there, we got to get involved. I mean, that's I'm not used to that stuff right there, and we'll get him right. We're able to, that's the kind of stuff right there I'm talking about on tape that we can fix.
How about that dart? Wow.
Great job by Marcus. I think we have two of the better tight ends in the league. I think Kyle and Marcus. I mean, Marcus is going to be a big-time player. He's got a chance to play at the next level. Nice job by Manny Logan Green right there out in space.
He sticks his foot in the ground. He is tough, man. That was some cut on the sideline, breaking it back inside.
Another good job by Tavaka stepping up in the pocket, and then Cedric getting behind the defense, and there's our first touchdown on the year.
What about the pocket that the O-line was creating for Tavaka in the first half here? It looked pretty good.
You know, early on they did. When the play action was helping out, we were getting open. Now, the situation changes when you have to throw the ball to catch up, and they know they can pin their ears back and come. But we can shore up some of that. Here's a 3rd and 7 where we jump off sides. Now, another great play by Trey Walker. And the DB's got to contest that. I mean, we've got to be hitting him as he's trying to catch the ball so that if he is bobbling, we make sure. But we got to be better and not be outside. But that's a great grab by that young man. They've got good players too.
He made some plays, Trey Walker did, and I thought you did a nice job of getting Tavaka out of the pocket on occasion, and he's faster than you think he is. He is a real dual threat. When he tucks it under, he can make a play.
He is. He did a nice job. I mean, here he is again moving around the pocket. He did pretty well throwing the ball on the run. Really good job by Andrew Erickson right here. I mean, Tavaka underthrew it a little bit, but he adjusted around the defenders right there, and that's a big-time catch. I mean, there's another Albuquerque kid making big plays for us here against San Jose State.
Is that a play where maybe it goes for a touchdown if Tavaka lets it go a little earlier?
For sure. Now, this is almost an outstanding grab by Marcus Williams. Nice job by number 8 right there getting it out. Now, this is right here. I told Coach Wareham a couple plays earlier, hey, we're going to score right here. So we're not kicking a field goal, so dial up something on 4th down, and I'm sure they'll show it next. A really nice play by Tavaka, and a nice job by Andrew Erickson coming across here. Here it is right here. You'll see Andrew coming across and finding a seam. Great job.
Beautiful job. He's working his way across the end zone there to stay with his quarterback as Tavaka moved to his right, because that's probably not where that connection's supposed to happen, but Andrew kept himself alive and found the space.
You know, that was about his 4th look, because we were trying to run a combination route there on the right side, and Tavaka just improvised, kept the play going, and Andrew found a spot where Tavaka could get him the ball. That's a really nice job. Here's another big-time punt by Tyson Dyer. I mean, he was good all night long. I mean, so much so that, I mean, this return right here, this was their biggest return of the night. Look, we got some red shirts flying around there and trying to get a piece. That's good. There's another instance of having the whole special teams unit together and being able to do that. We should be better this week.
So what were your overall impressions, Coach, of the first half? You're down 21-14 at the break.
You know, I thought our offense did a really nice job of keeping us in the game. I was disappointed defensively. We had the 4th and 5 where we made a coaching error. I mean, we have a new rule where you're not allowed to line up over the center, and we had talked about it with the referees before about shading our nose on the center. We moved him over, but they said it was an illegal formation, which enabled the drive to continue, and they scored on that. And then we showed the highlight there where the 3rd and 7, we jump off sides and they score a touchdown. It's going to be 3rd and 2. We had gotten the stop if he doesn't make that miraculous catch. So there's a couple opportunities that we could have got off the field, kept them out of the end zone. But I thought for the most part, our offense did a great job of keeping us in the ball game with the chunk plays that we had given up on defense.
All right, let's take a timeout. We come back on the other side of this break. Second half highlights of the Lobos and San Jose State on your Lobo Coaches Show. We're back on your Lobo Coaches Show with the head football coach at UNM, Danny Gonzales. I'm Robert Portnoy. Coach G, let's bust right into the second half highlights, the Lobos and San Jose State. You're down 7 going into the 3rd quarter.
You know, the offense made some adjustment at halftime, and I thought they did a great job. And here's another one, Tavaka getting the first down and not just giving himself up and running out of bounds. I mean, really setting the tone for what we want to do. Now, I agree we need to take care of him. Really nice job. They win some tempo right here. Bobby Cole right there with a nice run. We caught them off guard. I mean, I thought this first drive was really good. And we get down there and we're able to tie up the ball game. We can continue to run the ball a little bit better right here. You'll see a little emphasis now that the O-line's had a week to work together and actually run into somebody. you should see improvement. Here's another job, good job with Tavaka with the play action and finding Marcus Williams. Now, I want Marcus to do a little bit more with the ball right there than give him, run over that DB, put your knee right into him and see how many more yards we can get. It's a nice job of catching the football. And then as we got down here, a really good job right here by Jordan Kress, finding his way. I thought he got in the end zone, but they call him a little bit short. We had to get down there in the end zone again. But that's a really nice job by Jordan, just trying to get to the corner right there and get the ball in the end zone.
You scored twice on this drive, in my opinion, Coach.
I agree. It's a really good job right there by Tavaka pulling the ball. He did a nice job on the read. And here we are, 10 minutes to go in the third quarter, and we tied up the ball game. I thought we had some momentum right here, but a knucklehead play right here by one of our DBs on the kickoff return, and we give them some field position. They go down and kick a field goal. Now we got the ball back, and right here, we really need to answer. We need to get some points on the board and either tie it up or go ahead. We got that. We held them to a field goal. We really need to capitalize on that. And if we score a touchdown right here and make it 28-24, it's a completely different game. But we're going to kill ourselves here in a minute on the third down play that I was talking about from Manny Logan Green and Jordan Kress. We can't do that. We got to finish those off. Nice run right there by Day.
It was impressive, too, the way you got multiple guys involved. Here's the play that you were talking about right here.
Yeah, right there, if Jordan Kress makes this block right there, there's a chance that Manny Logan Green's going to score a touchdown. And they stopped us. We had to punt. Now we're back up in our end zone. Really nice job by the offensive line right there, giving Tavaka some time. Now, earlier in the game, I wanted Tavaka to run and probably thought he could have got more yards, but that's a nice job of getting out of the end zone, creating some space. So if we do have to punt the ball, Tyson has an opportunity with some room. Good job right here. Now, this is a great job. They backed up. They did a great job of punting the ball down to the 2. And our offense, when you get back up like that, the main goal is to get a couple first downs so that you give that young man right there an opportunity to change the field. And right here, he did a great job. We get him backed up there. Fair caught it because the coverage is good on the 25-yard line. And now we get our defense a chance to get out there and get a stop. Obviously, we didn't with the 31-21 score. Here's the offense trying to keep us in the ball game. Really nice job by Andrew Erickson again. Tavaka getting out of the pocket and finding a spot.
Andrew Erickson sure has he has really sure hands, it looks like, Coach G.
Now we have an opportunity right here to get out the field on 4th and goal, and this is a sign of mistakes. Look at that. San Jose State's got 3 guys uncovered right there. We've probably practiced that numerous times, and for us to make that mistake when the bullets are live, that's too bad. The only pride right there is I guess they figured they couldn't run it on 4th and 1, so they had to throw it, and we got to do a little bit better job concentrating. Now 38-21, I can appreciate this. Here's Tavaka again, not giving up. 9 minutes to go. If we could score a touchdown right here, we can get back in the game. We need to finish these drive. But look at him right here. He finds his way in the pocket, pops right back up. Really good job by him. We had an opportunity to get down there and have a chance to score, just couldn't finish it off. But look at him right here, Robert. that's a great job of getting what he can.
Beautiful, too. And because he's so willing to stay in bounds and take contact, he was able to get extra yards there because it never came, and he was able to tightrope the sideline and pick up a bunch more yards. Bryson Carroll, what about the game that he played, Coach?
If the opening kickoff that Bryson had, if he doesn't trip over himself, now him and Day kind of ran into each other, there's a chance we're going to open up the season 7-0 without even having to run an offensive play. And then the next one, he fumbled because his eyes got big. He wanted to do it again. Now, I thought he ran the ball okay, and here at the end of the game, I think this is really smart by Tavaka, just taking what they're giving him. They were dropping back, playing a little bit soft in coverage, and we kept taking chunk plays by dumping it off right there to Bryson, and we're getting 3 or 4 first downs in a row. Now, we don't pass protect here in a second, and this is one of the ones I was talking about where Tavaka's hopping up before the O-line to help them go up and just kind of the tone he set. Now, that formation is your favorite formation in football, but they got to run it, not us. So hopefully that'll be us this week against Hawaii.
Coach G, so we asked about your first half assessment. You go into the second half down 7. You get it tied at 21, and you actually have a chance with the ball. Pretty decent drive working down 3 with a chance to go and score a touchdown and take a lead. What about the performance in the second half?
We've made way too many mistakes on both sides of the ball. And then I was concerned with some of the guys that we had out that weren't able to play, that if we played okay on defense, but we could give up some chunk plays and really hurt us. And, Robert, we gave up 5 plays alone that totaled 294 yards, 4 of them being touchdowns. And we only played 85 plays in the game. 81 of them, we played pretty good defense. But when you give up 4 plays like that, I mean, it really ruins your whole night on defense and really was the difference in the game. I thought Starkle did a great job standing in the pocket. We got to him a few times. I thought there was a chance in the second half we were going to be able to knock him out of the game, and we weren't able to do it. And a couple plays later, he had Gaither Bailey run right by one of our corners in cover 2 for a touchdown, and I thought that kind of broke our back, and we weren't able to climb back into it. If we can eliminate those mistakes, the one we saw on there, the 3rd and 1, or the 2nd and 1, where we end up 3rd and 6, that's going to be a big-time play. Not giving them field position on the kickoff with the penalty right after. I mean, stuff that we're killing ourselves. If we can eliminate those, we're going to have a chance to beat Hawaii this weekend.
All right, Coach G, we're going to take a timeout. When we come back on the other side, we'll wrap up this Lobo Coaches Show. We'll ask Coach D about coaching his first game as the head coach and maybe a little evaluation of his performance in the Lobos opener against San Jose State. Back to wrap up your first Lobo Coaches Show for 2020-2021. I'm your host, Robert Portnoy, with the head football coach at UNM, Danny Gonzales. The Lobos fall to San Jose State on the road 38-21. And Coach G, I'd like to ask you what it felt like to be the guy making the final decisions for the first time, and just, give us an evaluation of your own performance and things that you learned in your first day as the head coach for the first time with the Lobos.
The best part of it was an opportunity. I mean, I was really excited for our kids to have the opportunity to go out there and compete with everything they've been through, from the cancellation to the postponement of the season to being able to play again to the cancellation of Colorado State. Just having them have the opportunity to run out there and play against somebody and play a football game was really exciting to watch. I mean, I was honored to be the head coach here when they named me back in December. I'm still, it's a dream come true. Now, my performance, obviously it wasn't very good. We got our tails whooped. And it's been a long time since I had my tail whooped like that. I mean, we gave up almost 600 yards on defense. We gave up 38 points. We were only able to score 21 points. So obviously we didn't coach them up well enough during the week and precluding that game. We got to do a better job as coaching. I mean, I say it all the time, players win games and coaches lose games. And so we obviously didn't coach them up well enough to have an opportunity to win. We did some nice things. Now we got some tape to teach off of. Hopefully we'll get them going in the right direction. If we coach them better, we'll have a chance on Saturday.
All right, final question. Let's talk about Saturday. Give us a little preview, what you've seen on Hawaii on tape and how this game might look.
Hawaii's a very physical team. They're kind of two different teams. They play significantly better at home than they do on the road. Now, they had a tough challenge for themselves. They played Fresno State in week 1, played really well. Now, they stayed on the mainland. They stayed away from home, much like we're doing this week here in Las Vegas. They went to Wyoming, and they're 7,200 feet. You can make whatever excuse you want. Traditionally, Hawaii hadn't played well in Wyoming, so Wyoming got after them pretty good. Now, they're going back home, and they haven't been home for a couple weeks, so they'll be excited to be home. I've told our kids all week long, don't judge them by the Wyoming tape because it's going to be a completely different football team we go against. The great thing is, though, it doesn't matter who our opponent is on Saturday. Our opponent is us right now. We've got to eliminate mistakes. We've got to eliminate the things that we did wrong Saturday. We've got to play harder. We've got to be more aggressive. We've just got to show more toughness. And I don't think we played. I'm a big believer in this, and I tell our kids all the time, the team that plays the hardest the longest usually wins. We obviously didn't play harder than San Jose State, longer than they did, and we weren't the most aggressive, meanest team. And for us to be able to do that, we've got to, now we had a great week of practice so far. We were able to run into each other. We've got to continue that moving forward, and now we'll go out there and beat the opponent that we have this week, which is us. Now we get to play Hawaii in a game, and we'll leave on Friday and get out there. And then we'll see what happens on Saturday night. But I'm excited for our kids to have another opportunity to play.
Coach Gonzales, we sure appreciate your time. Best of luck against the Rainbow Warriors on the road. That's our first Lobo Coaches Show, and thank you so much, Coach.
Robert, thank you. I mean, this is great, and I appreciate the people that are putting this on. I'm excited to have this Coaches Show, and let's get out there and go compete on Saturday and have some fun. Let's go Lobos.
Could not agree more. For Chase Christensen and Joe Tenti and Carlos Ramirez and Stanley Frazier and Frank Mercogliano, I'm Robert Portnoy. That's it for your Lobo Coaches Show. For head coach Danny Gonzales, go Lobos.